In today's video, we're going to focus on the relationship between a narcissistic mother and her daughter. If this is something that interests you, then please stay tuned to find out more. Now, when you're the daughter of a narcissistic mother, this doesn't just affect your childhood. Having a narcissistic mother shapes the way that you view yourself. It affects the way that you view love and the way that you also view safety. A narcissistic mother relates to her daughter not as a separate person, but as an extension of herself. Now, what does viewing her daughter as an extension of herself look like? Well, it means that she needs her daughter to meet her emotional needs. She feels the need to compete with her daughter instead of protect her. She may value appearance or achievement over her daughter's feelings. And this mother only loves her daughter when she performs or pleases her mother. And if her daughter doesn't do what her mother wants, she rejects her. She emotionally abandons her. So the daughter's worth depends on what she does for her mother. And this is a message that the daughter carries with her into adulthood. Instead of the daughter being mirrored and understood by her mother, she is constantly criticized. She is constantly compared to others. She is idealized one moment and then rejected the next. And she is made responsible for her mother's emotions. This actually creates a very painful inner conflict for the daughter. She thinks to herself, I want closeness, but closeness actually costs me myself. Many daughters of narcissistic mothers grow up highly attuned to others' needs. They are very afraid of conflict. They are unsure of their own needs. They carry toxic shame, and this is shame that doesn't belong to them, but shame that was projected onto them from their mother. And they may feel invisible in relationships, or they will choose partners that are equally as abusive as their mother was. And a daughter that's had a mother like this often thinks, why wasn't I enough for her? Why couldn't she accept me for who I was? But the truth is, for a narcissistic mother, it was never about being enough. It was about being useful. A narcissistic mother cannot tolerate her daughter's autonomy. She cannot tolerate her daughter's boundaries or her differences, and she will try to sabotage any steps forward that the daughter tries to take. A narcissistic mother cannot tolerate when her daughter is different or has her own opinions. She is judgmental and really harsh towards these opinions. So if the daughter tries to individuate, the mother perceives this as betrayal. And in adulthood, the daughter ends up becoming a people pleaser, is scared of conflict, has difficulty attracting emotionally healthy partners, and usually ends up attracting emotionally unhealthy or unavailable partners. She can have a fear of being too much. She always second guesses herself and doubts herself when making decisions, and has difficulty trusting her own perception. She always has this niggling feeling that no matter what she does, she's never going to measure up. Now, when it comes to recovery, it's important that the daughter tries to reclaim her true, authentic self. It's not necessarily about blaming the mother, although it is important to put the blame where it belongs. Instead of punishing herself, it's her mother's fault that she didn't get certain emotional needs met. But nothing good comes out of the daughter constantly blaming the mother, because what she really needs to do is actually focus on grieving that relationship and healing herself in order to move forward. It's a very, very painful reality, knowing that your mother was never healthy, knowing that your mother never accepted you for who you were. It's important that now as an adult, you're able to name your feelings. You are able to set boundaries without feeling guilty. You separate your identity from your mother's expectations, and you try and build relationships with others where they accept you for who you are. As the daughter of a narcissistic mother, you are not selfish for wanting to have space. You are not selfish or cruel for choosing yourself. You are not broken for struggling in relationships. You had to adapt in order to survive as a child, and all you need to do now is unlearn those adaptations. Healing for you is the slow process of becoming who you were never allowed to be. Now, is a narcissistic mother aware of the pain that she causes? It depends. It depends if she is a malignant narcissist or if she is a covert narcissist. I think a narcissistic mother can understand that she's probably hurt or angry, but I don't think she understands that her behavior is dysfunctional. And the reason for this is because the narcissistic mother's psyche is organized around self-protection. If she were to admit that she is hurting her child, this means that she would have to face her own shame, her own guilt, her own helplessness, and ultimately her own unmet needs. So instead, her mind protects her by constantly denying the reality that her daughter presents to her. She does this because she cannot handle the fact that she may be flawed. She always experiences herself as the victim, not the aggressor. She really truly believes that she has done everything she can for her daughter, that she's sacrificed everything for her child. And then she feels like her daughter has hurt her again and again, that her daughter is ungrateful for everything that she's done. So when the daughter tells her mother that you hurt me, the mother perceives this as her daughter saying, you are bad. And that is unbearable for the narcissistic mother because she cannot handle the shame that comes up. A narcissistic mother does not have the ability to self-reflect. She doesn't have empathy for her child's inner world, and she doesn't have the capacity to hold her own shame without completely emotionally collapsing. True healing for the daughter of a narcissistic mother comes from when the daughter stops waiting for an apology, for any kind of recognition from her mother, or for any attempt from her mother to repair the relationship. Healing cannot progress if the daughter of such a mother still clings on to these three things, because a narcissistic mother will not change. So having that hope only harms the daughter. It doesn't help her move forward in her healing. She needs to grieve the loss of a healthy mother and move on and give herself that mothering. She needs to mother herself. She needs to heal the inner child, that child that was let down again and again. And that is the only way forward. If you are a daughter of a narcissistic mother, please feel free to share your experience in the comments below. And don't forget that I run a support group for adult children of narcissistic parents, which is every other Saturday. The next one is this coming Saturday on the 21st of February. So if you would like to join, then please feel free to send me an email at courageasallyouneed@gmail.com. Thank you so much for listening and watching today, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye-bye.